Hey guys, AirsoftAL here. Just thought I'd let you know that we have a PayPal, so before the video even begins, would you kindly consider donating to our PayPal, because this channel is 100% supported by you, the viewers. So, thank you for your support to those who have donated, and now on with the video. Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always, I am your host, AirsoftAL, the Commons Airsofter who reviews military surplus, so you can find out what actually is good for you. And today's surplus reviews, we're taking a look at the LBV, or load-bearing vest. This is sort of, ironically enough, when actually researching this, this is an upgrade version from another version of the LBV that's actually got magazine pouch, the mag pouches straight upward. Kind of like what we're used to today with the certain thing as a whole. But we're going to move on to that. Now, if you were thinking you were going to get some history lessons on the LBV or anything of that nature, no, you're not. And I'm even going to give a general glance overview of the damn thing because, honestly, the LBV, from what I've researched, or at least from what I've seen in terms of pop culture and popular media, I have seen this particular vest on shows such as Stargate SG-1 and a few others from the 90s, from the late 80s, early 90s-ish. I have seen some of these in pictures from Grenada and things like that. Again, very few. But what I have seen of these have been kind of cool in my opinion. Some of these vests you could actually wear over body armor. You could they were very versatile, and pretty affordable at 30 bucks on some military surplus sites. Even Sportsman's Guide has a few of these things for like $30. I'm just going to kind of go over it as a whole of what I think about it and how I feel about the vest as a whole. For one thing, the vest is actually very comfortable. I am a very small person at under 5 foot, or 5 foot something, and this big, large right here, just this big bit right here, is very comfortable. It actually does work very well on the shoulders and doesn't feel like you have all that much weight, especially when you start loading this thing down with magazines, canteens, things like that. It definitely does help bear the weight, unlike the last Alice where the actual strap in the back would dig into your skin. This one, the strap is more padded on the bottom, so it actually leans up against your neck. Not exactly digging into it, but more of kind of just rolling up on it, so it's actually laying on it at an angle. So you got a little bit more comfort on it. It is very nice. And what's really neat is they actually have these straps right here for a variety of things that you can actually attach here. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do with that. But the big takeaway, and something that's actually kind of cool at the time, is the integrated magazine pouches for AR magazines. The top two here hold 2 magazines each, while the bottom hold 1 magazine each. Actually really nice. There's this fishnet style stuff right here, but it helps with ventilation, actually is breathable, very breathable, and I very much like it. On the back, there's a little bit of molly to attach either your medical kit here, your first aid kit here, or a variety of other things. And on the bottom of it is 2 grenade pouches, which are very nice. I personally do believe that at the time this was kind of a big advanced step up from the Alice harness or a few other things. But this, in my opinion, was kind of what in my mind is sort of an advancement towards what we have today in terms of plate carriers and molly in general. But the fixed vest is actually rather nice for a variety of reasons. Now, it does have some attachments at the bottom, which we will actually see in later vest, for an Alice belt. And I do have an Alice belt actually attached to this for extra magazine pouches, which I am going to move to the front probably to help with ease, since right here it feels kind of weird. And even allow you to attach your M12 holster or a variety of other holster. We are going to talk about the M12 holster in the future, but for right now it's just on here as my preferred holster because it's honestly really good. Now, the vest as a whole on the front does give you a variety of protection. It really does. And if you feel like you're starting to get a little warm under it, well, don't worry. As long as you have the bottom belt attached, you can actually, and I did see, and a lot of people actually did this, you would actually just simply undo the 2 straps right here, and you would just let it kind of do that. And even then, it would give you more maneuverability. Now, attaching this back up, you're probably wondering, how does it do shoulder-wise? Shouldering, it's honestly not that bad. Now, let me grab my M16 and I'll show you what I mean. Shouldering a weapon isn't really that bad. The actual padding does help, and well, it does give you a bit of extra effort. Now, if you were actually shooting real steel, the padding on this is actually thick enough to where it helps reduce the recoil of the actual firearm if you were to actually use this at shooting range or even a few others. And it honestly doesn't get in the way. It, in a weird way, actually helps with shouldering the weapon. And of course, transitioning to left hand, once again, same thing. Now, I'm not a left-handed shooter, so it's a little awkward for me to actually do this left-handed, but left-handed shooting, it's not that bad. It really isn't. Now, in terms of actually grabbing a magazine, if I wanted to grab a magazine from the pouch here, well, no worries. I can actually just quickly do that, put it up in there, and continue firing. Grabbing a magazine isn't that bad, especially if you unclip the actual button right there, which it has Velcro, so it will stay in place. But grabbing a magazine isn't that bad, and they do in the magazine pouches. Give me a second. I haven't really broken this in yet. It's still relatively new. Is actually rather nice, and it does accommodate a lot of like PMags, or at least modern magazines that are that are very popular right now. So it is a good vest overall. It's not that bad. Now, in terms of mobility, and this is something that's going to make or break. If you remember the last vest review I did, the Starship Troopers vest, you knew that thing was uncomfortable as almighty, and I couldn't exactly maneuver it. But this, yeah, no, I can actually maneuver very well in this, and I'm not having any trouble. I'm not having any issues with it. It's not that bad. It's actually a very comfortable vest. Not that bad. Nothing digs into you. Nothing is uncomfortable. And if you really need more comfort and more maneuverability, all you have to do is just undo this, leave the belt, and you can maneuver a little bit more to handle certain things. Again, it's a good vest. At 30 bucks, I say, yeah, grab one. But are there any critiques against it? Well, no, not really. It's military surplus, and it's an old vest. It's actually much more it's actually pretty good for what it is. And I'm not gonna lie, I say get it. And if you need, and for everyone who's gonna be like, oh, but I need to get more mag power, well, yeah, you can. You can actually get the Alice belt here, attach it on there, grab more of these magazine pouches here, right here, and attach to the Alice belt, so you have more magazine pouches. Besides the, see here, 2, 4, 6, 7, no, I've got 6 magazines here. You can get these, which hold 3 more magazines, so you can have 9 and 10, 11, 12 magazines in total. Or if you need to grab more magazines, you can just add a variety, just nothing but magazine pouches all the way around the belt if you want to be that heavy weapons guy, the heavy ammo guy. But, yeah. I know it's a little weird for me to say it. Well, not really weird, but kind of obvious for me to say it. I love surplus. This is technically military surplus and is still around, still a large majority of stuff to grab. And if you want a Stargate SG-1 Marine loadout, or even, you know, just or from movies like Survival of the Dead, or a few other, like, George Romero's movies where you could obviously see the LBV in there, yeah, I recommend you grab one of these. They're 30 bucks, and you can actually find them on eBay. You can find them on Sportsman's Guide. These are really good vests, and any veteran who's ever rocked one, I'd like to know what you think of in the comments section about the LBV as a whole, and, you know, whether or not you would wear one again. But yeah, no, this is one I'm actually rocking for my, for a personal loadout in Airsoft right now, but I will be doing some more reviews down the line of vests and things like that. But, either way, final verdict. Should you pass or should you grab? I say grab it. For $30, it's a good, cheap vest if you're just getting into Airsoft. And if you live in a wooded area like yours truly, the Woodland LBV is definitely worth the choice. But this was actually sent in by a viewer and a friend of mine, Nick, who, honestly, you're a really awesome dude and does reenactments and even is kind of a nice source of military history, and it's just cool to chat with him. Thank you all for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, the common man's airsofter who reviews military surplus to tell you if it's worth it. and I will see all you lovely people in the next video. Till next time.